I'm not surprised that Gerard Mayo was hitting the deck. And boy, did he hit the deck, because I did not believe Robert Kraft was going to keep him after this season. I thought it was just absolutely a debacle of a season. And it had nothing to do. I don't blame Gerard Mayo for this just debacle of a season. They have no wide receivers, none whatsoever. They have a great running back. They always have a good running game. Their offensive line is up and down. They can't stay healthy. And their defense, as good as it's been over the years, they have been up and down over the last 2 seasons. They cannot be pure all season long. They'll play good for 3 games and then they'll fall apart for 4. This has been a big problem. I will not blame Gerard Mayo. He was left the deck that really was to go to this team and take over for this team to fail. There was no question he was out there to fail. Now, Robert Kraft comes out and says that he wanted to give Gerard Mayo an opportunity. And Gerard Mayo, even though the season didn't go the way he wanted it to go, he thanked Gerard Mayo. He went out there and he went on a limb saying that Gerard Mayo is going to be a good coach in this league. He's just not a good coach for my team moving forward. Well, your team has been a team that has failed since Tom Brady has left. This team has not been good. They've drafted quarterbacks over the last couple of seasons. One of them is now playing for the Jaguars as their backup quarterback and started for the last 4 games. This is a team that's really rebuilding since Tom Brady and the Patriots parted ways. And you look at, obviously, and everybody looks at Monday after the season because they say this is gut-wrenching time. This is Black Monday. And I don't know why it's so black, because you knew most of these teams that were going and looking for coaches are very, very black. One of them.
Can you say that? Is that okay? Can
black?
You say Black
Monday?
Monday?
They're black. I mean, seriously.
Except the Raiders, who did nothing.
It's dark as hell, man. It's nighttime for the Bears, the Jets, and obviously the Jaguars, and maybe even the Cowboys. All these teams have had problems keeping up when it comes to a GM or a coach. It's been a big, huge problem for all these organizations. And going to the New York Jets and the Vrabel thing, I thought Vrabel was the best hope for the New York Jets. Now, where do you go? You go to Rex Ryan. You want to bring Rex Ryan back as your head coach? That's not a smart move. Aaron Glenn was a great Jet. And I love what he's done with the Lions. A Lions defense that's been fighting injury after injury all season long. But Aaron Glenn is a new coach. This has been a problem for the New York Jets for a very long time. You bring in these rookie coaches that never had coaching jobs. They've been an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator for other teams over the years, and then they fail. They're there for 3 or 4 years, and they're out and about being a defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator for the rest of their careers. The guy that I look at right now is Brian Flores. If I was the New York Jets right now, out of all these former players that played in the NFL or former coaches that decided to part ways and become ESPN analysts, I do believe that Brian Flores fits the mold for the New York Jets. This is a guy that's been in the AFC East. He's won in the AFC East, and he understands how to win in the AFC East. I just don't like Josh McCown. When you hear Josh McCown, that scares me, because I understand that Josh McCown could be a very, very good coach in the future. I love what he's done with Sam Darnold. I love what he's done in Minnesota. I love what he does with helping developing these quarterbacks everywhere he's gone. It doesn't fit in the NFL as far as I'm concerned as a head coach. And the New York Jets, it's a must-win time now for the New York Jets. Is Rex Ryan the guy to go with? Being that you need a must-win season? No. Rex Ryan hasn't coached in over 5 years. You're bringing in a guy that he's a great defensive mind, arguably one of the greatest defensive players, coaches we've ever seen over the last 20 years. But the problem is he hasn't been a coach in such a long time. He's been sitting with ESPN and the NFL, and I don't like this variety of coaches for the New York Jets. As far as the Bears are concerned, Mike McCarthy would be a great fit. And I'll tell you why he'd be a great fit. Because I think he can help the development of Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams had, as much as everybody looks at Caleb Williams thinking that he's a bust, if you look at his numbers with Jaden Daniels, they're almost identical. Jaden Daniels obviously had a better season because he's playing for a better team and a better coach. To me, Caleb Williams was going to hit the wall no matter what. He had to deal with Matt Eberflus for 1 year. Matt Eberflus, who has failed as a head coach. He's a good defensive coordinator. I don't know why they brought him back last year, especially drafting the number 1 pick. He didn't work out with Justin Fields. I think it made more sense to bring in a Mike Vrabel last offseason and build with Mike Vrabel and a new quarterback. Caleb Williams is now, in a position that if he goes into a season next year and the season starts off very, very slow, as we've seen other quarterbacks like a Trevor Lawrence, we can see Caleb Williams in and out as an NFL starting quarterback very, very quickly. Now, I think Caleb Williams had a sensational year, even with Matt Eberflus. But you need to bring in a veteran guy that's going to help his development. And even if Ben Johnson becomes available and the Bears look to bring in a rookie coach like that, as good as Ben Johnson has been as an offensive coordinator, I would question bringing Ben Johnson in as a rookie coach and help a rookie quarterback develop. Now, everybody says, well, look what he's done with Jared Goff. Jared Goff was a veteran. He's been in the NFL. When he went to the Lions, he was in the NFL for almost 6 years. You're taking a chance on bringing in a rookie coach and an offensive-minded, great offensive-minded guy that we've seen over the last couple of years, and take a chance and deliver something that could absolutely fail in Chicago. And it's a must-win time for the Chicago Bears. All the Jet fans want Aaron Glenn. And I love Aaron Glenn. He was a great corner in the NFL. He was a great Jet. For the 5 years that Aaron Glenn was 100% healthy, he was one of the top 5 corners in all of football. But Aaron Glenn is a rookie coach, and the Jets need to bring in a guy that has experience. They cannot go into another season. And I would say the same thing with the Chicago Bears. I don't think I would bring in a rookie coach. I think you bring in a veteran guy, and if there's a veteran guy out there that's interested in coming back, or a veteran guy out there that you really, really like, that you think that could coach a guy like a Caleb Williams, a personality like that, then that's where I would go. I would not bring in a rookie coach. I think it's a big, big mistake for both the Jets and the Bears if they go that route.